like I even on a film that I was shooting that we're going to be doing a Kickstarter probably in March because that's a better time ever to launch Kickstarters. The film is all shot. It's called Dearly Departed.
It's finally done.
Yeah, no, it's survived a lot. Film is done, like visually. It's just the sound mix. It's a very indie sound mix right now, and we need to elevate it. So we just need some additional funds to pay a professional sound person.
Is that for music or for audio, like for vocals, like people talking?
For vocals, but he's going to be doing. We have the music written too and performed. It's just going to be balancing that out because, like, well, also given Tenet, a bad sound mix can really affect people's enjoyment of a movie.
Do you have someone in mind for the sound mix? Because I might know somebody.
Yeah,
he might know somebody.
Well, we have been talking with people locally up here, but yeah, I mean, we can definitely keep in contact too about that. But with that film and what I'm talking about with that freedom is like one of our main, actually, the main actor of the movie, Jessica Joy. A dear friend of mine, she was there was a line in the script that it was a funny line, but she brought up a concern. She said, this makes my character seem like kind of a bimbo, and that's, as a person, not who I really want to embody or portray as anything. Yeah, she was totally right, but the joke worked, so we gave it to these two characters who were complete morons in the first place. And the thing is like, if and my advice, like, if anyone's feeling legitimately uncomfortable about something, filmmakers, they need to be responsible and aware of that. And cast and crew need to feel empowered to speak up because you are just making a movie. It is not worth, and I mean, there's some degree of discomfort, like, oh, this is a big emotional scene, I'm nervous. Like, there's a difference between that and, oh, I feel unsafe,
Yeah. Like, I don't know why he's got a gun pointed towards me. Like,
oh yeah, that thing too of like guns and safety on set is like, because there was a big standoff in the movie, and we were filming it in the desert. I think I talked to you about this with you guys last time.
yeah.
Like, yeah, in a desert, and yeah, we're indie filmmakers. I'm sure we did get permits in the most part, but we figured, well, this is Eastern Washington. Nobody drives out here. And we were right, but at the same time, because I didn't want to get shot and I didn't want anyone else to, orange tips were left on. And, it's worth a couple hours in post just to ensure everybody's safety. But yeah, I think when it comes to filmmaking, in particular low-budget filmmaking, you do have to think about who you're trying to reach, but not pander to them. Like, if you're, okay, I'll give an example. Like, say you want to make a slasher movie. I totally do. But you have to think, like, okay, if I'm making a slasher movie, do I want it to be more of the, like the late 70s to slashers where it was more atmospheric, they tried to make it a little bit of a mystery. I mean, like, you don't know, like Friday the goal of the first Friday the 13th, you didn't know who was doing the kill. Or are we going for 80s slasher, in which case it was gore effects to the max? And Greg, from your satisfied smile, I think I know which decade you prefer.
Yep.
And I'm like, okay, so you've got to know your audience. And then I'm not saying cater the script as in, oh, if I put this in there, people will like it. Because audiences are smart, especially now with streaming and a whole. Captain America and Chris Evans are awesome. But especially with a whole slew of like content available, there's you don't have the investment of like, well, I paid for a ticket, I might as well see the whole damn thing. you're just like on a streaming platform and you're like, okay, this sucks. And then you'll just try out the next thing. And as soon as I feel like I'm being pandered to, I'm like, okay, so. But then again, I kind of like cinematically waterboard myself just to like, okay, this is awful. I'm going to see how bad this can be. I have no idea how some of these people actually like make it through these films and say, "Yep, this is my best effort."
It's so funny. Like I was telling Greg, Greg just knows. Like whenever I'm looking at a website, how like hypercritical I am because it's something I build. So even when it is shitty, I'm gonna dig super deep. Like, look at this. Like, what were they thinking? And it's like my brother's the same with music. He does music production, really high quality, and he hears something. He's like, didn't they just know if they just did this? Like, just.
Yeah. Thank you. Because like.
So I'm sure it's the exact same with film. It's just like you almost are analyzing how bad it is, why it's that bad, and reminding yourself why you do things the way you do things.
Oh, definitely. It's like a company I have a funny viewing relationship with is the Asylum, and no, they are not the worst filmmaking company out there. It's like it was like Sharknado was like the worst. I'm like, oh, Junior, you haven't lived. Like someone tried to say, like The Meg's a really bad movie. No, it's not. It's got A-list stars, high quality CGI, and was not shot in somebody's basement. But like, there's a whole different grading curve. But
there was a movie that I tried to watch. There's almost any movie that I put on, I can watch. It has to be really bad. So I can't even think of the movie. It had like Halloween in the name of it or something.
Okay.
Or something like that. And it was a horror movie. Well, what they were attempting to be a horror movie. And it was shot in upstate New York. And I was like, oh, cool. It's like local. It was really bad. I got like 4 minutes in and I was like, it looks like super, super indie. Like they shot on like a camera, like just a regular, like what I used to do in like middle school. And I'm like
not even Blair Witch Project. Like,
yeah. And I'm like, they like looked first at like a traffic light, and then they looked down, and then there was like a rock or something, and then there was like this creepy dude, and that was it. That's like all I could like really handle. And I was like, what's happening here?
Okay, yeah. So to answer a question posed earlier, I think currently one of the worst movies I've ever seen. Actually, it's a toss-up, because as soon as I pull it down from the shelf, I immediately thought of another one. So here we go. Shark Exorcist.
What? Really? Is it worse than like Sharknado? I've never seen any of those, but
it's got 8 movies now, I think. So it's got to be at least better than one-off indie films.
No, Sharknado. Yeah, no, that is kind of like Deep Blue Sea compared to Shark Exorcist. And my point is like, they had a really fun B movie idea, of like.
Yeah, it's clearly a crazy movie idea.
Yeah, and I'm saying if you're going to make a gonzo out there movie, just go for it. Really embrace the concept. I mean, they had a demon shark in their movie, and I think enough CGI to render, or budget to render 4 shots of it. And the rest of the time is like, you're focusing, and apparently when the shark bites you, people get possessed by these demon forces, and I'm like, man, this could be really solid entertainment. And it wasn't. There was like a 10-minute scene where I'm not kidding. You see a woman who you've never met before. She's driving, lays a towel out on the beach, sunbathes. We get to watch the entire time, like it's this gripping. Then we have this creepy guy start taking photos on his phone. He walks away, and then a demon shark somehow I think like jumps up and kills her, or something kills her, and this is like 10 minutes before the credits. The scene happens, so I'm saying, and also, but yeah, also Rego. It's a indie kaiju movie. I love kaiju movies with all my heart. I could not get into that one, and I bought it on Blu-ray because if you don't snatch up physical kaiju merchandise, it's gone. And this one, I'm like, well, I own it. I kind of don't want to sell it because then people knew I had it. But okay, and to answer the Cass's question, what's going on with the Spider-Man 4 fan film? I'm doing a lot of myself, Brent, and the others are doing a lot of pre-production work because we were supposed to have started shooting this year. Of course, COVID hit, and we made the decision not to risk anyone for a fan film that we were not able to see a profit on. So everything is being storyboarded, production designed. It's like I've got these production Bibles going. And so when it does get time to shoot the movie, it's going to be way faster than us trying to figure it out as we're going. So that's where it's at. As soon as we're able, I'm definitely going to, be posting images and things like that. Like on my channel, I do some fan art and talk about the movie, but it's not at a standstill. We're still working. It's just kind of like Brenda's doing some other like fan film projects. Not that he's abandoned it, but just something to do. And yeah, so that's the update on that. But anyway, don't make Shark Exorcist, guys. That is as far as filmmaking goes, that, from my opinion, is about the low bar in terms of quality. Now there's matters of taste that when people say, oh, this is the worst movie ever, and things like that, then I'm like, okay, someone may love a movie and think this is the best. Then there's others like, oh, this is hot garbage.
Yeah. I don't know if that classifies as an indie film, but there's like a guy that teaches like script writing and stuff on YouTube that I watch sometimes at work because can't do anything else. And he kept talking about the film There Will Be Blood, and that's a really good movie.
Yeah, see, and there we go, because there's a difference of opinion. I really did not like There Will Be Blood. Now, I respected cinematography and Daniel Day-Lewis. I did not like the music score. It totally, to me, threw me out of the movie because as soon as I start to get into it, it's like and also for me, I'd like a faster paced movie. I was watching No Country for Old Men, and same year, and I'm like, all right, this is my thing. Holy crap, they just killed the main character. Spoiler alert for somebody who hadn't seen a Best Picture winner from 10 or more years ago. Of course it's you, Greg. Of course it's you.
I have a lot to still watch. I watched Terminator 1 and 2, so people should be happy about that. I
am happy about that. That was also a really good low budget movie.
Yeah, Travis Gibbs, I'm not coming on any podcast or anything until you watch that. I'm like, oh, I guess I gotta watch that.
Yeah, I mean, I wasn't going to unfriend you, but I was just gonna do the
follow you and be like, you have to watch more stuff.
Yeah. Yeah, well, anyway, you don't know who the main character of There Will Be Blood is, though, so maybe there's that. No, sorry, No Country for Old Men.
I want to watch it. There wasn't any way to watch it without me wanting to pay to watch it at the time. So
yeah.
I could right now. Wanted to, not right now, but yeah.
Yeah, no, take a break. It's fine. But yeah. So I'm thinking that when you shoot your movie, craft service is probably your most important thing.
So people say there's a guy we had on earlier yesterday or today.
Today?
All the days are blending together.
Today.
It was today. I think
The food is one of the most expensive things.
Austin was on, I think, yesterday.
It was yesterday. No, I'm sorry. What's the one you were talking about? Austin was yesterday, but
Austin, yeah, and he was talking about that. But like somebody else also was talking about how like food and you have to pay your people. You have to give food.
feeding your crew is like one of the most expensive parts sometimes, especially for low budget films.
Yeah,
said that too.
It is. Now, a lot of actors, in my experience, know if you're just doing something low budget, they're like, okay, we love to act, and it isn't taking time away from our day jobs. If they're not full-time actors, so we'll accommodate, we'll do it, but you have to treat them like royalty, and that means good food. And I go for healthy stuff,
Bacon, all of the eggs and bacon.
Eggs, bacon, steak.
Oh, definitely, because the thing you really need is a tired crew and a tired cast who have just eaten a lot and are sluggish when you are trying to make your day. And like, move. No, I just ate too much. Like,
what about the Raptor Priest movie?
That's a thing. What is that?
Velocipaster I have not seen yet.
Velocipaster?
Yeah, I do know it exists. I just haven't seen yet. Oh, but it reminds me, we are talking making low budget fare. There was a movie made, I think it was called also speaking about sharks, since they're on my mind for no reason. Speaking of a fun shark movie, I think it's called Ghost Shark or something like that. And here's how you make a B movie and have it be fun. Okay, a shark is killed in some weird cove of resurrection because some ritual is performed there. And wherever there's water, this ghost shark comes, bites people, kills them. And it's like, it bites a guy in half at a water cooler. There's some girls doing a bikini car wash, and the shark is jumping from bucket to bucket, biting off chunks of them. And I see that and I'm thinking, those people put their heart and souls on their sleeve and said, this is our movie. And I am 100% behind that.
I just remember. I was trying to remember what the name of the movie was, and it's funny how I ended up finding the name of the movie. But there's a movie that a friend of mine was like, "This is my favorite B movie," and it's meaning it's really bad, not because it's a cult classic. And it was Hard Ticket to Hawaii.
Okay, yeah, I know that one.
And this is how I found that movie, by the way. I was trying to run through all the scenes in my head, and I literally went to Google and I typed in B movie snake in toilet. And that's the first link that came up. I was like, yes, Google, you knew exactly what I meant. Oh my God.
Yeah, that's the thing is I love these little gems of movies. People think I'm joking, but I'm not. I was shopping at a Wenco, right? I don't know if they have them out east, but Wenco, it's like a grocery outlet, but it's like one of those everything stores where you have magazines and I find this, and I'm browsing through the DVD section, because if you say I think $5 or $4.99 and under DVDs, I'm like, hello, and I pull out a thing called Murder Machine 3-pack. At this point, I am obligated to buy it. And I mean, I don't know anything about them. I think they're all three are from Full Moon Entertainment. And I'm like, okay, I will definitely sacrifice this meal for these movies. And yeah, first movie I watched was this thing called Murder Cycle. I am not kidding. And it's about this alien entity that possesses this random dude on a motorcycle, and he's attacking this squadron on patrol. It is more coherent than I'm describing it, but I'm thinking, I'm enjoying myself. This is now the baseline that I judge movies. Is it more enjoyable than Murder Cycle? Yes. If the answer is no, then you have failed utterly and wholeheartedly as filmmakers. like what was it? I watched this Robert De Niro movie called The Good Shepherd. Everyone, how was it? Not motorcycle good, but it's like directed by De Niro and stars Matt Damon and Angelina Jolie. I know, but I like Motorcycle more. Sue me. And for some reason, if Robert De Niro is really bored and watching this, oh, sorry about that. Well, you can always give me the money. But then I'm sorry, Mr. De Niro, you should have tried a bit harder because I like Motorcycle more. This random guy from Washington that disapproves. But yeah, I guess overall with filmmaking and any kind of art in general, but I guess my main points are figure out what the medium is, if what the medium for your story should be. Draw as much from your own life, your own feelings and emotions as you can. Yeah, put your heart into it. I don't want to sound like Dr. Phil, but we all had a saying, but no, my dad had a saying that I kind of live by, which is, if your heart's not in it, get your ass out of it. I mean, those are the two major organs of the body. I'm not a scientist, but I think that's kind of what I follow. Anyway. Exactly. I don't know if there's anything else important, but
sure, something probably missing.
Yeah. Then also learn what your crew is doing so you know how to communicate with them. Visual effects, lighting, sound, whatever. You don't have to be a master. You just need to know. Also, don't tell people how to do their jobs. That is so condescending.
Yeah, you hired them to do the job.
Oh yeah, I was working favorite animated Disney movie that is easy. I really enjoyed Atlantis because
if I hear the word Atlantis one more time, I'll jump in front of a bus. I'll push you.
Okay, I enjoyed the A movie. Mainly because I am not a musical fan. And yeah, I was a weird little kid who mentally checked out anytime they started singing in a Disney movie. But anyway, shoot, feed everybody, feed them well if you can't pay them. And in post, it's the same. If you're not editing your movie, get someone who has no familiarity with the material and tell them to watch it. If it doesn't make sense to them, that's your first test screening. You haven't failed, you just need to try harder. As far as making millions and releasing it, I'm still working on that step, but I will get back to you as soon as I can on that.
Also, Hercules. That's my favorite.
Yeah, a distance.
Okay. Also, I like Mulan too. As I said, though, I was
Mulan 2 or also?
Also, okay. I need to be clear. Yeah.
Making sure.
Yeah. I'm the weird person who like, yeah, this is really cool. Oh man, they're singing again. Okay, I'll just sit through this. But Greg, have you seen these movies? They don't have real people in them. They're animated.
What is Disney? I don't know what Disney is. What is this? Is that a company?
They're hand drawn. It's like comics that move.
What is a comic?
A comic, okay. It's kind of like a storybook, but the lettering's better and there's more pictures.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I guess I should check them out.
You should try it at SeerNovaComics.com.
They're free. There's another plug for like the millionth time.
Yeah. Anyway, I got your PayPal donation. So SeerNova Comics is the best platform I have ever encountered. Everything on there is super high quality. No, actually, I really do like your work. But
our work, or like our artists that do the work, and then I just like write it.
No. What I'm saying is that I think it's a good platform, and I've seen so many like people out there saying, "Oh, we're going to start the new like Marvel Comics." Then like they start a group on Messenger, and then it just kind of gets spaced out, and then silence. But no, you guys are really stuck with it, and I think it's awesome.
Yeah, it's been 3 years, and we're still going.
Yeah, so yeah. And to answer your question, Disney is pretty much like the Thanos of the corporate world. It's going.
What about Amazon though? Amazon's
like the dark side.
I was about to say.
And
you got Amazon, then you got Apple. Isn't Apple like the first $1 trillion? Is the Apple?
Like the glove, the gauntlet.
Oh, it's the gauntlet.
It's the tool. It didn't do anything wrong.
yeah, and the independents are kind of like, I think we see ourselves as the Rebel Alliance. You know,
that came through the portals that we didn't recognize.
Yeah, actually,
like shows on Netflix that nobody just wants in the movie.
Yeah.
Even though I really wanted those in the movie.
What?
Daredevil.
Oh yeah. I don't know what they would have done with it more, like except for like maybe like right after the accident,
Yeah, but I'd love to. Thank you. and thank you for calling me awesome. It really boosts my self-esteem. I mean, I do these self-affirmations all the time, but when they come from other people, it helps so much, guys. Thank you. But yeah,
we play them in the morning.
Where can everybody find you?
I don't know. I'm living in witness protection right now. It's not the best time for me to disclose my location, but if you want to find my online presence, the film production company that I run with my best friend and business partner Daniel is Franklin Husser Entertainment. Yeah, we combined our last names and assumed we were entertaining people. You can find us on Facebook and Instagram. For my own work that has nothing to do with Daniel, other than him saying, "Yeah, that's cool. When do you get back to the movie work?" You can find me as Erik on Paper on Instagram, Twitter, and YouTube. I try to post a new episode every week. Of course, I was doing these 2 panels, so I'm blaming the delay entirely on you and not my time management skills.
Just make sure that when you go to tell everyone, I'm blaming SeerNovaComics.com. SeerNovaComics.com.
Okay, sure, that'd be fun. But SeerNovaComics.com. My panels run long, mainly because we have to explain to Greg what the movie we're talking about is. But
what movies are in general.
What is a movie?
Okay. So you know how we told you about animated movies? Okay. A picture. Imagine that moving, kind of like, but at 24. Yeah. And some of them have sound too. Yeah, and some of them are in 3D.
Ooh, it's like your face.
Yeah, I think that trend is dying, and I'm kind of okay with that. But you can find me on YouTube. I definitely like more subscribers, of course, because honestly, if I could get paid for doing art and talking about it, that would be really cool. Right now, I work freelance, so I was checking out your last panel. But yeah, there's a huge crossover between film and comics in terms of visual storytelling, but that is a whole other topic, and one that maybe we could cover later, because I think I'm cutting into another panel now.
Yeah, I know Greg put up the Chiron before you even were gone. He's like, yeah, hurry up, let's wrap this up.
Okay, it's not going to be another talk, so thank you very much, Rick.
I'm back on our podcast, which you can find on Anchor, Spotify. So thanks for coming on. And
wait, you got to share that most recent post.
Most recent post.
Oh, second most recent post.
This one?
Yeah.
I'm still waiting for at least one more guy, but I'm gonna start adding them in here.
Okay, so it's like Avengers Portal style.
Yeah.
Thanks, Rico. I will follow you back too. Unless you're sending me death threats, then no, I will not. Actually, feel free to. I mean, I need the attention. Boom! Followed you back, Raquel.
I like receiving mail regardless. So.
All right. Well, thanks for coming on, and I'm sorry to kick you off like this, but
I thought we were friends. All right.
There's no one here beside me. All right.
All right. Good talking to you guys again.